until death began to knock on doors uninvited. The spirits of the 5 dead men appeared then, silent and pale, their eyes hollow, their mouths moved without sound, their hands stretched toward him. He could feel their pain, their torments. They didn't hate him, they wanted him to finish what they couldn't. At the center of the chamber was a glowing stone, the heart of Adùnní's power. Destroy it and the curse will break. Let it live and it will join them. With trembling hands, Olálékan remembered Ìyákẹ́hìndé's chant. He recited it as he lit a torch from one of the blue flames. The spirit circled him, chanting with hollow voice. The moment the fire touched the stone, a scream tore through the chamber, not from him, but from the walls, from the mansion itself. The figurines cracked, the air turned cold, and then silence. In the heart of the dense Ipoke forest lay the quiet village of Agẹmọ, a place where the air smelled of palm oil and old secrets, and the night sang with the calls of distant spirits. Life there moved slowly, predictably, until death began to knock on doors uninvited. It started with Adùnní, the strongest farmer in the village. One day, he was laughing under the sun, surrounded by bags of harvested yams. A week later, his land dried up, his debts multiplied, and he died in his sleep with his eyes wide open, as if he had seen something terrible in his final moments. Then came the hunter, then Atonda, Femi, and Dolu. 5 able-bodied men, each one wealthy, respected, and full of life, until something unseen snatched it from them. Their fortune vanished before their bread did. Their families descended into chaos, and then the villagers began to whisper, not just out of fear, but out of understanding, the kind that comes when the past starts to haunt the present. The village priest, Baba Eleda, threw his bones and poured libation, but all he saw in his vision was red mist, swelling endlessly, an omen of forbidden magic, the kind that cannot be fought with prayer alone. And yet, in the midst of all this terror, Adùnní, known by many as Delilah, lived untouched. She was the most beautiful woman in Agẹmọ, clothed always in white silk that never seemed to stain. Her mansion stood apart from the rest, built with wealth no one could trace. Her smile was soft, her words always sweet, but her eyes held shadows deeper than night. When the 5th man died, Adùnní did something no one expected. She announced she was leaving. She put her mansion up for sale and vanished before the rooster crowed the next morning. No goodbyes, no explanations, just an empty house, and suddenly the death stopped. That was when Olálékan, a quiet palm wine supplier with a restless spirit, grew suspicious. He was no priest, no hunter, just a man with a sharp mind and a braver heart than he knew. He had always felt something strange about Adùnní. The way her light never flickered, the way no one ever saw her sleep, the way birds never perched on her roof. But now, with her gone and the village still reeling from death, curiosity gnawed at him like a hungry rat. Ignoring the warnings of Ìyákẹ́hìndé, the village herbalist, who begged him to leave darkness alone, Olálékan took his lantern one moonless night and made way to the mansion. The air changed as he stepped onto the property.
It was thick, booming with energy that made the hairs on his neck rise. The gate creaked open, uninvited, and the door followed suit. Inside the mansion was quiet, too quiet.
Dust lay heavy on the furniture, but the blue flames of the hallway candles burned steady, untouched by time. He walked through the halls with a pounding heart until he reached a study. There, on a table covered in velvet, he found a journal. The handwriting was delicate, controlled. Adùnní. Page after page, he read names: Agẹmọ, Juwon, Atanda, Femi, Olu. Beside each was a strange symbol and a date. The dates marked the days they died. And then one final name, Olálékan. Terror gripped his chest. He stumbled back, only to see a shelf creak open behind him, revealing a hidden staircase. Against every instinct, he descended. Beneath the mansion was a chamber pulsing with red light, and in its center 5 figurines, one for each dead man, stood in a circle. Each one was broken. At the altar stood a large idol, a woman with a twisted crown of iron. It was then he understood. Adùnní was not who she claimed to be. She was the daughter of Iyalode Wuraola, a sorceress banished from Agẹmọ decades ago after being accused of summoning death to claim power. The villagers had turned on her. Her punishment had been exile. Her revenge had come through her daughter. The men who died were all descended from the elders who had voted for Wuraola banishment. Olálékan unknowingly was the last son of Are Olayemi, the one who had cast the final vote. The spirits of the 5 dead men appeared then, silent and pale, their eyes hollow, their mouths moved without sound, their hands stretched toward him. He could feel their pain, their torments. They didn't hate him, they wanted him to finish what they couldn't. At the center of the chamber was a glowing stone, the heart of Adùnní's power. Destroy it and the cross will break. Let it live and he will join them. With trembling hands, Olálékan remembered Iyakende's chant. He recited it as he lit a torch from one of the blue flames. The spirit circled him, chanting with holy voice. The moment the fire touched the stone, a scream tore through the chamber, not from him, but from the walls, from the mansion itself. The figurines cried, the air turned cold, and then silence. As dawn broke, the mansion collapsed behind him into dust. The curse was lifted.
The villagers celebrated his bravery,
though none truly understood what he had seen. Weeks passed and peace returned to Agẹmọ. But one night, as Olálékan returned from the forest, he found a package on his doorstep. It was wrapped in white silk, tied with black twine. Inside, a new journal. On its cover, one word, Adùnní. He opened it. The first page was blank, but on the second, written in red ink, were 5 names he did not know, and his own name again. Then the whisper came, soft and cold, brushing his hair like the wind. Èmi kò tíì parí, my soul is not yet finished. Darkness doesn't always die. Sometimes it just changes its face.
You think this is one of those videos where I will try to convince you to subscribe? No. This is a short and precise video.